Alright. Disappointed. I'm the number one, and I don't do well under pressure. And I'm supposed to be good at short tracks in ARCA. But we got Alan in here, who just won yesterday's race. Got Brandon. We got my dad. Probably got a few other people that I'm glossing over their names because I can't quite connect. There we go. There's one. Brandon, who is the 5. But, yeah, it's USA. Justin just showed me him winning a race here. So I need to go win a race, and obviously I'm the number 1 car by 600 iRating. I should be able to win this easy, but that doesn't account for me just being better when I can be slow. If I gotta be fast, it all goes to shit. So, yeah, we're 8-1, and I'm gonna, maybe I will move the brakes back 3% and then move them forward 3% at the start of the race so that I'm at 68, because that's all I practice on. But, yeah, there goes my dad in the Napa car. Napa cars always seem to have issues. Let's see if we've cursed him with changing his paint scheme to that. Yeah, we got 2 laps of qualifying, 45 laps of racing, and hopefully I can pull it all together. I've got my all-time best lap on, just so I know what I'm aiming at on the first lap. I think if we go under a 2, we should get top 5 start. There's 24 cars, so we're at the max, I believe, on that. Luckily, even though this is a short track, it's a 3/4 mile short track. It races like a short track, but there's a lot of space to work with. Oh boy, I'm deciding if I want to try to get a run for the second lap or try to complete this one a little bit slower than I'd like.
1.255.
Got a little more grip now with the tires. Just don't spin it off the corner. There we go. 101.
There's the flag. It's
That
over.
better net me starting position 1. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I don't understand why short tracks are just my thing. I know I am the number 1 car, but I feel so much more confident going into a short track race in ARCA than any other race. Oh boy. That's the fastest lap I've done. I got off work late. I've had 5 minutes of practice. I was expecting, after watching Gavin's race, I was expecting a very unfriendly handling car. And right now it feels locked in. My problem is I'm going to be out front, and I'm going to be trying to race my pace, and I'm going to be scared to lose the top spot, because there's a difference between running first and running 5th. If I'm running 5th, I'm not too worried about losing 6th, dropping back to 6th or 7th to take my time. But when you're running first, the mentality changes, and you just start being a dumb racer, and you try way too hard. So I've got to not let that get in my head. Like, let's take a look at this 7 car. So he's done a 174. He's a 3.4A, so I'm not too worried about him. I'm not worried as in I'm not worried about him wrecking. The 2.5, that's a bit low. We know Alan, he's clean. Brandon's clean. So, yeah, I think the 2, I'm the only one that I'm like, is this guy going to overdrive? And should I just let him go if he does overdrive? Because it feels like watching Gavin's race passing is extremely difficult. So, we're just waiting on Brandon. Come on, Brandon. Killing my video, Brandon. Give him that. See if he hits it, or if we got to sit here for 50 seconds. He's just wanting airtime. He just wants me to complain about him. All you got to do is get in a race, and I'll probably complain about you. You don't have to make me wait 50 seconds here. He must have had something come up. 5-car not qualifying seems odd. He doesn't have any incidents. He hasn't done any laps at all, so maybe he's fallen out. No idea. But now we get more time to think about what is going to happen. So first off, remember to move the brakes forward to 68. Second, don't be an idiot. Oh, sweet, the heater just came on. Alright, I'm going to go turn that off real quick. Alright, 0 degrees out, and well, in this situation where I'm actually nervous, do not need any extra heat. Where did my dad qualify? 15th. Okay. It's not bad for a 19 car, so we'll see what he can do. Yeah, let's grid up.
Line up on the inside.
Brakes up.
Pit road is closed right now.
Oh, actually, put the correct overlay
The estimated
up.
SOF is
And get our
2,555.
session best time up. We are not going to be trying to do a 1, that's for sure.
Waiting on the final car.
We also don't want to see the field wreck, although that would be nice to get a bit of a gap. We got enough people in here that we know that we don't need a big short track mess. Just no stupidness.
During this race. Treat them right and good luck.
I haven't done a long run. I was mainly focused on just getting the feel for getting speed out of it. So we got the 7 car on our outside, the 4 and the 2 behind us. I'm gonna do a little practice start here. Just a tiny bit of wheel spin. Just gonna keep a gap now to the pace car. That way we have more time to react on when I want to go and not when it goes green.
1 to go, next time by.
As long as we're not getting the catch the pace car, you are legally perfectly fine to do this. I I don't understand why most people are on the bumper of the pace car. It just takes away your advantage as the leader.
Get ready, going green.
Just hold 45 here.
Pace car is off, time to do your job.
Heard him slow down after speeding up. That's my cue to go. They just wadded it up big time in 1 and 2. There may be cars still there when we get around.
.875. Slow car ahead.
.22 and the 8 involved at least, probably a lot more. But now, since we got a little gap to work with, we're just going to slowly bring the tires up to temp. Try not to run all the way down on the yellow line. It seems that kind of pinches the exit and causes some issues. So just a little lane up. We're not going to drive it deep into the corner.
The car in C6 just set the fastest lap. 21.162.
1.6 out there in race. Again, not worried about that. 7 car having a little issue. 2 car getting loose behind him.
21.393.
They're all catching me, but any bit of tire we can save, all the better. What I am not good at is trying to do best lap after best lap. That's just not my style. Race in a rhythm.
21.139.
Be easy on throttle. Let them slide and slip and struggle to get grip out of the corner. Have hopefully a nice boring race up here. I'm just going to try not to focus too much on the mirror. I usually look in that way too much. Oh, freezing now from something happening. Haven't had that in a while. But clearly it was whatever happened with the wreck. It was a little weird.
21.469.
They're racing behind. That will give me a little bit more room and time before I have to try to really push it. 2 car clears though. He's gonna make us drive faster.
.482.
Little slide there. Ease my throttle input on exit till I get to the straight.
21.459.
Try not to turn until I start getting the nose to slow down. Onto the throttle.
21.472. Car stop down low.
least we didn't have another freeze this time. That's the 20. Lost a little bit of time though, just being safe and looking.
21.624.
But we got time to work with. And he's still getting loose out of the corner, so he's going to lose a lot of forward drive in a bit. We've only had one tiny slide. So right now I know that forward drive shouldn't be an issue. What is going to be an issue is maybe turn in. Starting to feel it get a little bit tight on entry, but I don't want to start adjusting it because right now we're in a good spot.
21.626.
3 cars gaining spots back there. '22's not doing terrible. I mean, we're barely catching him, but we're also just saving. We're actually losing out to him a little bit. Kind of unfortunate for him if he's got the same pace as all of us, but that happens sometimes. I think that wreck happened right in the midfield, so
21.65.
a couple of clicks back just because front end's starting to just
21.642.
just starting to have a few issues, and I don't need to let it get tight. It's not a big concern because everyone's going to have the major issue of getting off the corner where we should be fine, but if it starts getting too tight and I got to turn more, then that's going to cause some snap with too much wheel in it. Dude just hit the wall behind us. You just see on corner exit, he's struggling to get off the corner. And I'm just taking it easy into the corner. We could drive it into the corner a lot harder, and I could slam the throttle a little earlier off the corner, but right now there's really no need for it.
21.735.
Save it up for when we might need it later. I mean, who knows, they could all be saving behind us. Got a wreck. Luckily that cleared itself a bit, but still lost a bit looking at it. 22's having a few issues there. Alright, let's get our gap opened up just a little bit here.
21.824.
Yeah, a little tight. It's okay, he's getting loose off the corner and no drive. Now he's overdriving entry massively.
We're halfway in the race.
Couple more clicks back.
21.727.
Just getting slightly tight on the center of the corner, and I'm trying to finally turn it. Oh, maybe one click too many.
21.782.
It's just our corner exit drive is ridiculous. He keeps sliding that right rear off the corner Just has a little bobble, it looks like. And then we pull away. I just overdrove entry there, getting off sequence. I base everything off of sound, which is bad. One of my flaws. I don't have like visual brake markers. It's just all based on sound and feel. And so when I get off sequence, it really screws things up because the engine RPM is just slightly different. And then you overdrive it or underdrive it, and it's just never good. Cost us a little bit of time there, but he was getting out of the way. No big deal. Just bad place to get around him right at the exit. Alright, 15 laps left. We need to open this gap up a bit again. 2 clicks back.
21.887.
Just keep maybe a tiny bit of throttle in it to make myself feel better. Too low though, got too tight, but I'm worried about opening up the inside because he's looking aggressive on entry and I don't need a nose to get in there.
21.947.
I just need to let it roll through the center rather than trying to get back on throttle. Just gained a big chunk there while he was sliding a bit out of the corner. Now he's trying to make it all up on corner entry.
21.94.
Seven car catching back up to him. 3 car hasn't gained as much as I thought he would. With lap traffic coming up, I'm going to try to get a little bit more space while we got clean air so that we can afford to be a little bit carefuler. Kind of entered too low, pushed up there.
21.966.
He just got a massive slide. And he got a big slide on entry. Those tires are giving up.
21.924.
But all it takes is one snap that I'm not ready for, and that could happen if I start overdriving, start focusing on something else.
21.908.
So driving so bad.
21.933.
Good news for me. I mean, I wish he'd fade a little more, but go back to doing a little bit of saving, especially with it getting loose on entry there. You gotta really watch out too if there's a tailwind at this track. For some reason, it just seems like it affects ARCA massively. I don't know if there is one. I don't have time to look over at that. There is. I did have time to look over. Tailwind into 3. That makes sense why it's a little bit looser. It's not a very strong wind, I don't think. 8 mile an hour. Fairly strong. We did a league race here a long time ago, and tailwind was at like 13, and everybody was spinning out into 3 because of it. But I really haven't felt anything until just a few laps ago when I started trying to gain a little bit more. Yeah, luckily his exit is so bad because he gets so close on entry. 4 to go. Let's hope these lap cars stay well ahead. We're not going to get the grand salami though. Not getting fastest lap. That's one of those things that doesn't really matter. Shit. I looked at the standings for a second to see if my dad was racing for position ahead or not. 1 to go. We got a big old gap.
22.074.
We can be smart here. He's just pulling off. Not gonna get to lap my dad. But he survived in the Napa car. That's a W. That is all 45 laps.
You won. Dinner's on me.
Kind of excited to see what those tires are because I think I did pretty damn well keeping that thing balanced. Uh, 92-94. Pretty good. I feel good about that. We never really had to push it. I picked up the pace a little bit in the final 10 laps just because he was starting to pressure me. But I knew that if he started trying to go faster, he was going to really start losing grip off the corner. So, yeah, it was starting to get a little tight, but that is all fine. I'm telling you, 8-1 on short tracks. I don't know what it is for me, but my God, it makes everything just feel good. I just quickly adjust and do what I need to. But I mean, that thing got loose like maybe once out of the corner, and then just a tiny bit on corner entry a few times. Fastest I went was a 3.53. So I mean, huge to get the start that we got. So I heard him kind of roll forward. It wasn't as much as I thought. They were all just late on it. That's all it was they were really late on reacting. Let's go take a look and see what happened into turn 1 because there was insta-death. Oh no. Oh, other Napa car. Not my dad. Oh, he goes to the apron. He gets the 10. He gets straightened out. The 10 does not. And then the 10's trying to get going angrily. And then the 22 and the 8. The 8 gets into the 10. The 22 up into the wall. 8 gets hit again. 22 guns it up and spins it. Overdrive and entry. And overcorrecting. Yep, Cat just got fed. Victory for her as well. Oh, that was weird. Didn't sound like he was on throttle that hard, but he was a little bit lower, and then the 20's backwards as well, and the 20's backwards as well. 20 might have damage or something. 18 gets the wobble. 2 car behind us. Grab the wall a tiny bit. 20. Still, just all you got to do is just back off the throttle a little bit. It's so easy. You get, whoa. Was that the end of the race? That was not the end of the race. Oh, 3 car up in the wall. Alan trying to get around him. What lap is this? 37. 3 cars really struggling to get that thing off the corner. Alan running him up just a little bit on entry. Short track tactic. You're going to see that everywhere. And that's it. So, Brandon gets 4th. Alan gets 5th. And then my dad gets dead last on the lead lap. So, it looked like he was kind of battling someone most of the time there. Let's take a look at the results. Gained 50. We're at a 4.99 already and did 0 incidents. Not even close to the fastest lap, but again, everyone was just pacing at that same pace that I was. So, 3 car burnt off his stuff. For sure, we could hear that. Do we got any winners from Discord in the other splits? Just, I don't know who all is joined, but does not look like it. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. Gotta love me some short track racing. Went out, did what I was supposed to, and kind of flawless. That's very rare. Thanks for watching.